What's up, you guys? Here to give you a fair shake review of the brand new Russell project. Lovely. Um, he's back. He's back on his lover boy stuff, man. He's back on the lover boy tip, and I gotta say, he out here crooning. The boy out here crooning again. So yeah, like if you I could just break this down real simple. If you checked out Carnival and you liked like that latter half where he was like really getting in his R&B bag, you gonna like this. All right, that's it. I'm done. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, lovely, man. It's definitely a really cool project. The production is super on point. K Beats still executive producing everything, a little bit more co-producing on this project, so it's not just K Beats on the production alone on some of these tracks, but no matter what, it's still on point. So on the production side, definitely have no worries. You're gonna have a lot of really cool soundscapes for Russell to come through with some of his best singing performances, and interesting melody choices as well. I really enjoyed what he brought to the table on here. It's just some of the subject matter of certain songs, hit me a little less hard, but we still start off strong with Way Too Many Girls, coming through on kind of like almost like a Bruno / Childish Gambino R&B-ish tip with Way Too Many Girls. It's like, we got way too many girls tonight. It's just yeah. So getting in his lover boy bag there. Then we get to Big Body Whip. This is one of the more straight hip hop, a lot more tracks, and this is one that hits me a little bit less. The music video was cool, but with the song, coming through in that big body whip, we the ish. Go and bring that body for a real one. But yeah, dude made a track that you could jam to. You just cruise to, and if that's your groove, then that's your groove. Then Emily OG, a slow burning R&B ballad with a little bit of like that funk guitar. Boom, 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 doom, doom, doom. It's just like the guitar in this mug, and then Russell's just coming through with that straight up ballad talk like, she just smoking and fine. It's just like, yeah, dude is getting in the bag on this one. Like, if you like that funk R&B ballads, like this is it. This is it right here, man. But then you get to even more contemporary ballad with Easton Situation, and it's just kind of this is one of my favorite tracks. It's probably my favorite track. But I mean, there's definitely some other contenders on this EP. But Easton Situation, just kind of reminiscing on this girl that he used to date, and how she's kind of gone away, and he's just kind of wondering. It's like, hey, I wonder how you doing, and if you'd ever come back to me ever. I know you're kind of living your life, and you're doing great, but we had something good too, and I was thinking about it, so I was wondering if you were thinking about it and would want to relive it. So yeah, that track right there is mad smooth. Like, I just I love what he did vocally over the production. It just fits. The marriage of it is just so perfect. with the vibe. And it was cool with some of the vocal production that they did as well, with some of the effects in the chorus too. Really, really sets up a nice vibe. Then Bay Street is this longing of still again wanting someone that you've been close to kind of reach out again. But this time you kind of get to groove with it. I'm trying to think of how I could describe it, but it's almost got like a break beat kind of feel to it. It's a nice mid-tempo bop, like. And like I'm trying to think of the best way to the best comparison I could think of, but kind of like think kind of like almost like a 90s vibe, like think maybe like a 112 or late 90s, okay, late 90s, like think like Bad Boy R&B groups, like think like that with a nice kind of like almost breakbeat kind of groove to it, but they're singing over it. It's like that. It's easy to vibe to. Then Jody and Rebecca is another nice little bop, which also had a music video as well, and that was a nice vibe too. And the title just wins for being a reference to "Get Busy" by Sean Paul. So, Jody and Rebecca. But yeah, so that's a nice groove too. "Keep Me on Your Mind," man, is another one of them favorites right there. Keep me on your mind. That mug, yeah. So that one is pretty cool because it's also split into Ruby's Ballad, because it has a more mid-tempo kind of joint. The main joint is kind of like mid-tempo, but then the end slows up that feeling. So just more longing for that companionship of one you've been close to before. That's what a lot of this project kind of deals with. Then Exotic is a fun track. Smoking on it, Exotic, something I don't do, but it's still a nice joint to vibe to, along with Backwood Espresso. Is another vibey outro that's in that kind of mid-tempo and allows you to keep balling out the frame. But that one's a little bit lower on my list of my tracks on here, but it's still a decent outro to me. It's the same level of outro as there was for Carnival with what was it? Blind. I can't remember, but the outro of Carnival, it's kind of like along the same lines as that. But yeah, so Project definitely on the more contemporary R&B side. Think kind of like Tory Lanez or Ty Dolla $ign mixed with like a bit of 24 Karat Bruno. Yeah. So if you ever get in your feels and you like, the music of the times, this is definitely something that should be right up your alley. But yeah, that's it for my review. Much love, peace. 3